Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to Everlasting Summer Mods and Users Scenarios. Anyway, we've done the Mortal Summer, and it's not a dream, it's now the next one. I wonder if we'll play it right for... Wait. Day? Why is it so hard? Did I fall to the floor? No, that can't be. Semyon would not have allowed it. He would have held me up. I remembered how I fell asleep on his shoulder in empty bus. But after all, what felt so hard then? Something. What mod is this? Someone said... Okay... That's a weird thing you are looking at, by the way. I think. Yeah, that's weird. Reluctantly, I opened my eyes. My monitor? What? How? Why? Like receiving a shot of electricity, I immediately woke up. My right cheek ached. I could feel the etched phrases of the keyboard in my face, where I managed to fall asleep. My mug with cold coffee sat beside me on the right. The mouse had managed to fall off the table and now pathetically dangled from its wire. Did it hang itself? In front of me was my table, habitually littered with all sorts of necessary things, discs, tubes, boxes, cosmetics, and some papers. I'm back home. Still in shock, with great difficulty I got up from the table and walked to the window. Who are you? A familiar landscape, 9-story buildings covered with snow. Who are you? Tears started to well up in my eyes. So it was just a dream. No, it couldn't be. After all, it was all so real. Summer camp, my friends, Semyon. I immediately realized that even if I had wanted to, I couldn't have gone to the summer camp. I was 2 years old when the pioneer camps had been disbanded. What does it all mean? Time travel. Again, I returned to my computer and looked at the date. December 27, 2006, 7:30 AM. That's early. That's right, the time is around what it should be. My spirit sank in response to the thought. I automatically picked up my mug of cold, strong coffee and downed it in one large gulp. It didn't help, and it must have been disgusting. Perhaps I need something stronger? Thoughts independently returned to me of being back in the camp. The bottle of vodka, which was actually rotten water, the real vodka on Semyon's belt, our crazy night explanations over the campfire, and we are with Alyssa here. No, this could have only been dreamed of. Things like this simply did not happen in real life. Guys like Semyon never paid attention to girls like me. To girls, yarlings, girls. To girls like me. But why? Because there's always other girls who are sweeter and more modest. I don't know. I mean, technically you could say that Slavia is the best, but I think Alyssa is strong competition. I mean, Lena loses by a mile with every girl. Same goes for Uliana because she's a child. So basically it's competition between Slavia, Alyssa. Miku is a bit too childish to be honest. Unfortunately, we don't get the roots for Viola and Olga, so you know. Or more correctly, more beautiful. And they carry all that on the outer husk. As a result, having lived for 20 years of happy married life, they start to go crazy, knowing that somewhere along the line they made the wrong choice. It's all really sad. Again, I got up from the table and approached the mirror. Yeah. Okay, that's Semyon's house. For any normal girls in this room would be akin to a witching altar, and just me here lying about everything: guitar strings, pepper spray, a book about tasting healthy food from my mother, and the carburetor from a dime, my USSR era car, 10 kilograms dumbbells, and some things to wear. Carefully I peered in the mirror. Yeah, far from ranking as Girl of the Year. The eyes of brown-red moody steel. Hair disheveled, my hoodie hanging from me like a nightie. Do I look scarier than something from Silent Hill? Pyramid Head still scares me. Okay, show me and I will tell you. Well, at least going to the institute is not necessary today. For a while I decide what to do. Lay down and sleep or go to the kitchen for something to eat. I'd like to eat or sleep, but I felt reluctant. Everything felt strange, as if I had lost something important, something familiar, but it was only a dream. Only. What the hell? What's with the change of... What? This is crazy difference.
Alicia, what are you doing awake?
It turns out I had automatically went to the kitchen and ran to my mother. Well, by the way, you said 7:30 a.m. Why is it 10 minutes past 4 a.m. or p.m.?
I needed a drink. Understandable, but are you sitting at the computer all night again?
Yes?
Sometimes you some sleep too much, daughter.
That was some bad English again. My mother's voice sounded in an anxious tone.
Don't talk back. Are you ill?
I don't feel alright.
Okay, spend time at home. Spend today at home, then. If it's anything more, call me for your father.
Mom left. She's a doctor in the local clinic, and my father is a driver in an expedition office. This means that on weekends I sometimes do not see them, like it is right now. Everyone is gone and I'm all alone in an empty apartment. The two mugs of strongly brewed coffee passed by quickly. Outside the window, slowly downed, the middle hand on the dial lazily crawled. Depression slowly but surely is absorbed by my consciousness. I walked through the empty apartment, trying to pull myself together, to think logically of the events that transpired. Nothing worked. Again I tried to fall asleep at the computer, but woke up in the same place. The fairy tale had ended, everything has gone. Summer doesn't last forever, and guys like Semyon don't exist in real life. I had to live on. Just live. That's right. And nothing can be done. Where did all the instance of my arrogance go? Was it all simulated and grasped by my principles? Why does all that was once important seem vacated by the wayside? Why do I feel so hollow? I cried for a long time, like a little girl, until finally I was unable to cope with my feelings. It's hard, fucking hard to be myself again, just feeling for a strong man's shoulders. Why is this for me? Why is my life so devoid of experiences? After all, even steel has a tensile strength, but I'm only human. Just a girl. Well, enough is enough. I'm not going to think about it any longer. After all, who am I kidding? But after it all, I took myself in hand. What does it mean? Not all at once. Somewhere around a month. The session flew by as a set of meaningless images. My long-awaited exams came and I nearly flunked. Well, about what relatives think of me, likely it seems like something from a horror movie should, or a melodrama. However, an interesting event happened in February. My mom went to an acquaintance's and decided to drag me along with her. It seems like their enviable grooms were born. Yeah, right now. A dull evening was drawing to close, and then the landlady, Aunt Rita, remembered that she still had a cake. Me, as the youngest and sober, was sent out to cut the cake and bring it out. I don't know exactly what mechanisms were at work, but as soon as the aroma of the culinary masterpiece reached me, instantly my stomach churned and I puked. And I had to rinse the rest of the evening. The next day my frantic mother crammed me into the hospital. The diagnosis stunned everyone, and above all, me. I was pregnant.
What?
While the most common were all the physiological signs, This couldn't be because I knew that I hadn't been with anyone. If only. And jumped up and down their bed. Is it Semyon's child? But how? In a dream? It is impossible to get pregnant. So it wasn't a dream? But I didn't have time to think about it. Life swirled with a feverish pace. My parents did not try to find out about the father of the child, and they helped as best as they could. I gave birth in late September to a daughter. Everyone said the child was very similar looking to me, but I could really see the good in her little beady eyes, the slightly sad look of Semyon. It was his daughter. I could feel it. And named it Simona. As time went on, I still couldn't finish at the institute. Mother was able to help with kindergarten, so I was safely able to return to work. I went to my father's office at the expedition office. There were more jobs for that, spending the whole day going around the city with a huge number of people, moving a ton of papers. Things gradually went uphill. My daughter grew up to be just a wonderful child, explosive just like me, and at the same time balanced just like her father. A very dangerous combination, if she wanted something good to reflect in her face. Last year someone broke in through the door in the garden. The attack was never found, but I have my guesses. Recently in my life, a significant event happened. I was finally able to save up for my own car. A battered brown Zhiguli Vaz 2105, often referred to as 5, was what I bought, and its main characteristic was never doing exactly what I wanted. Well, nothing new there, so no such breaks in life. I looked over at the clock, 8:30. Then woke up at the wrong time. At work I had to stay up late today, until I reached my chosen avenue. It began to snow, and some rash driver crashed into the stern of the trolley, completely blocking the 3-lane road. The traffic jam had grown, but it wasn't particularly large. No, not at all, as we can see. Still, there was no chance of me being able to pass.
The hell with him, let us go around!
My suspension creaked with dissatisfaction. I turned on a side street and rolled through one of the outlying residential areas. At first I thought I knew this part of town, but I was sadly mistaken. An endless expanse of grey box houses hang on all sides, and no light could penetrate through. I drove through. Oh, I know that bus stop. I drove through one of the local poor apartment complexes and parked near a bus stop. All hope was lost, so I started the navigator on my smartphone. When I turned on to today's date was close to when I woke up after Sovyonok, December 21st, 2013, and found only a very empty red battery stating a charge of 1%. Goodbye, winked my smartphone as it turned itself off.
Hell!
Okay, like, don't worry, go straight, or by bus, somewhere, yeah, a sign. But that's the time and the bus. Old, long time no see. What's the number? 410? Seems vaguely familiar. An orange bus circled its way towards me and came to a stop. I aimlessly studied the bus, when my peripheral vision noticed my grey figure, concealed inside. It was a guy around my age, tall and skinny. His coat hanging like on a hanger, long hair, coughing severely, even chronically. That poor fellow, where is he going? Suffering at night, looking as if he caught a cold. He proceeded to the front door of the bus, briefly transfixed as if hesitating. Sad dark eyes glided over my car. At the moment I tried to catch myself.
No, it can't be.
Yeah, it can. I jumped out of the car screaming,
Semyon!
But the doors closed, and the bus departed. The shock must have been a long one. Back behind the wheel, just so he will not leave me. I was not mistaken, I know. It was him on the bus. I hit the clutch too sharply. The car stalled and refused to start. Second attempt, the third, nothing. I sighed deeply.
Listen, I've sometimes call you a rusty bucket of balls. I promise you, tomorrow I'll buy you the most expensive oil. Now please do not misbehave.
Whether the car listened to me or something was sent over to hell, but my Zhiguli started up as if it remembered their legendary ancestors bursting rivals in their rally trucks. The motor began to roar as the engine reached higher revs. The rear axle kicking the snow deeply, but the car kept going. Delete the bus. Head on me was a descent, but that's not what was important. I became an arrow flying fluidly through the cars, like playing checkers, flying under the yellow. there is the orange bus. Now to not let it get away. I was going to at a decent speed, but right in the way was some blonde on a rough floor. Sorry, beautiful. I floored the pedal. The car began to skid. I adjusted the trajectory of the wheels and again floored the pedal, throwing the 5 in a deep drift. Recovering. Go with the running in the 90s music now. Recovering just in front of the hood of the RAV4, magically quickly drift around the blonde like something out of Tokyo Drift, and I continued flooring it. The poor girl's jaw dropped, and so did her expensive mobile phone. The car glided on and securely locked into the lane right in front of Basso, number 410. I could not think what to tell him. In general, I couldn't think about anything. I just ran out and rushed onto the bus. I was so scared that I'd see an empty bus. The driver opened the door in front of me. Not the first time, or what? I dashed inside. He sat leaning his head against the glass. Eyes closed. That's him. Exactly. I was not mistaken. Tears rolling down my cheeks. The idea rushed into my mind like frantic beasts. I did not try to think. Just act. Run with it. Take my hand.
Semyon!
He opened his eyes an endless moment and recognized me. Alyssa? A smile instantly transformed his face. Am I dreaming of you again?
No, I'm real! I think.
Before he starts to reach, he looks around and looks back to me carefully. But how?
I don't know, but it's me and it's really you!
Semyon was in a deep stupor.
Well, he'll always show up at just the right moment.
I smiled through the tears. He breaks down, hugs and kisses me. I mean, Alyssa, truly, it's you! Yeah, that's how you recognize a girl. You have to kiss her. But you know, it's dangerous. It's a dangerous thing to do.
Yeah, I'm not a fake.
Lord, if you knew what I went through when I returned. I believed that it was not just a dream, that it could not end just like that. Every night I sat on the bus. Hello, Bats! The voice of the bus driver made it a happy moment. I would be back in the garage, and you, as I understand, are the owner of the car blocking me? I don't remember how we ended up on the street. Fluffy snow was falling all around us. The night long came into its own. We stood by the road and looked up on each other. How then, a crazy summer night in the camp, words were not needed. Infinitely later, we went to my car. You have a child? Semyon saw the baby seat in the back of the car, genuinely fearing his voice.
Yeah, a daughter.
I did a theatrical pause. I could not resist.
Her name is Simone. Simone? Simone?
In his eyes I could see a hurricane of emotions. His.
Ours.
Then he believed that. Makes sense. Beyond a shadow of doubt, he trusted me. For love, for real. Like I said before, in the real world, such guys don't exist. Not anymore, at least. I just took the last one. The brown Zhiguli with two people in the cabin slowly pulls away from the car. The two inside paid little attention to the world around them. They are obsessed with one another. They do not notice that there is a big black BMW. Okay, that's not how I read it. It's BMW. That's right. BMW X5. Parked on the opposite side of the road from them. In the darkened... I see some eyes. In the darkened cabin of the German Zoo, the reflection on the dashboard of sparkling green eyes. This is not the end, Alyssa. An audible steel sound could be heard. Good, expensive blade made of hardened steel, someone abruptly stunk back in the scabbard. We'll see who wins. Well then, guess PolishLynx has to interrupt that guy, because I will not allow her ending to not be a happy ending. She deserves it. That precious girl really does deserve it. Anywho, that was the last mod from Everlasting Summer that we played through. Maybe there will be some more added, but we'll see if I'll be playing them or not in the future. I've got to say, this wasn't too good. Really, the mods are... Actually, the previous mods I played were pretty decent. The current ones, I mean, most of them had such bad English versions that it's ridiculous. The other ones weren't anything amazing. Well, I hope you enjoyed anyway. What next? I won't tell you what next. I will not. See for yourself if you want. So yeah, hope to see you in the next... Alright, we'll be basically playing a game that I played recently. And that has a second part. Okay? So I played the first part not so long ago. And now the second part was released. And I will be playing it next. You can guess what it is. So yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.